How are you guys doing?
Good. Good
That's
in you.
good to hear. Okay, so everybody can hear me?
Yes. It
Ronaya,
was.
can you hear me?
It was.
Jordan, can you
It
hear
was.
me?
Just listen to him.
I'm not sure if Jordan or Ronaya can hear me, but if you can hear me, just join in with us. Okay, so we're going to keep our cameras off and we're going to keep our mics muted until it's our time to talk. So if one of our friends are sharing, let's keep our mics muted. Okay, so you've been doing something in reading. You've been talking about things. What are they? What are some of the things you've been talking about in reading? You can unmute yourselves when you want to talk.
Talking about reading.
Yes.
As and like.
Yeah, we've been using the words as and like a lot. When do we use those words?
I'm back.
So we're talking about using the words like and as. When do we use those words?
To like in a sentence.
Yeah, so we've been using them in sentences to compare things. So you guys have been talking about metaphors and similes, right?
Yes.
And those are called figurative language devices. So I'm going to show you guys a YouTube video about about our similes and metaphors that we've been talking about. Okay? So I'm going to start presenting my screen. And then we're going to watch a video called Similes and Metaphors by the Brazilians. Okay. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to show you this YouTube video. You guys can stay muted. I'll mute myself as well, and we can watch this video. If you cannot hear the sound, please let me know so I can try to fix that. Can we hear it?
Yes.
Okay. Let's play. Okay. Did you guys like the video?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
our video was about metaphors and similes, and we said those are figurative language devices. Jaquan, can you cut off your camera, please? Okay, so I'm going to ask each one of you what you seen in the video. So Jordan, what did you see in the video? Can you tell me something about similes and metaphors? What are they?
So here are the thieves that was trying to steal gold and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That is bad, really bad.
That is, but what did you learn about metaphors and similes from the video? What words do we use? Why are metaphors and similes important?
They use the word as.
Yep. So what do we use that for, similes or metaphors?
Metaphors.
No, metaphors we usually don't use those two words. Metaphors you usually don't see that, but in similes we can see the word as. Raheem, what other word do we see in similes?
We saw that.
So there's two words that we can use to compare things when we use a simile. What are those two words? We said as was one of them. Do you remember the other one from the video?
That. No, not that.
No. It starts with an L.
Can I help him?
Yeah, Jaquan, would you like to help him out?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think it is? Like. Right, as and like. Ronaya, would you like to share anything about the video that you remember? Raheem, can you please mute?
Okay. All right, I'm gonna send it back to you. You should remember your answer choices.
Okay, so let's continue then. And now we're going to talk about more about similes and metaphors. So, similes and metaphors, they're just comparing two things alike. So, what does my simile say? What does a simile say?
A simile say is like a person that got an AS or like in the word.
Right, so can you see my screen where you see the man with the bees around him?
Yes.
So what does that simile say underneath him? What does that say? Can somebody read that sentence?
Bees as best
Says
as best as a bee.
So can we say busy as a bee?
Busy as a bee.
Right, so it says busy as a bee. So we're comparing two things. We're comparing what he's doing to how a bee acts. Can somebody read the metaphor underneath the next picture?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Comparing two things that are alike.
Oh, I meant on the picture. You see the little bear with the diaper on? Can you read the sentence underneath him?
Me?
Yes, you can read it.
Okay. My nephew is a. I can barely even say the words. Cuddly baby bear.
Okay. So let's move on to the next slide. So, like I said, similes and metaphors are figurative language devices that we use to compare two different objects to highlight their qualities. So another simile could be he was big like a balloon. So you see how I'm comparing the man to the balloon. My metaphor does not use the words like or as. So for this metaphor,
is.
Yeah.
The snow is a white blanket.
Right. So we're comparing the snow to how a blanket feels. And do you see this red word? What's the red word I highlighted?
Is.
Is. So sometimes when we have metaphors, you might see the word is. So that's how you know it's not a simile. So like and as we might see in the simile, and is we may see in metaphors. Okay, so a simile is saying something is like something. So the lady was like a wise owl. So she was smart. They're both smart. A metaphor is something that's poetic and we say we're trying to compare that to something else. So my metaphor with the cat says the cat's tongue is sandpaper. So metaphors are poetic in a way that they help create meaning to what we're reading. Anybody have any questions?
No.
Okay, let's move on to making our own similes. So Jordan, would you like to give us a simile? Can you come up with a simile for us? And I'll write it inside the box.
Okay.
Don't forget to use those two words, like or as.
He is like a he's like a balloon.
A balloon. Good job. So you're comparing what? What two things are you comparing?
Like.
So you're using the word like to compare, but what are you comparing? You're comparing the boy to the what?
The boy to the balloon.
Balloon. Good job. Raheem, would you like to create one?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Jordan mute so Raheem can speak.
He is big as a basket.
He is as big as a basket. And what two things are you comparing? Jaquan, please mute.
It's like what they call again?
So you said he is as big as a basket. I love the words use. I love the word as because you're using that in your similes. So he, the boy, is as big as what?
A basket.
A basket. So you're comparing the boy and the basket. Okay, thank you, Raheem. You can mute. Ronaya, can you give me a simile, please? Can you come up with a simile?
Yes, sir. And ma'am. Answer.
He, as.
So yes, we use those words, but can you create a sentence where we use the word as to compare two things?
I'm still waiting on Damien, Marquila.
Okay,
Marianne, what are you doing?
My teacher's big as a lion.
My teacher is as big as a lion. So what two things are you comparing, Ronaya? Your teacher to what? The what?
The lion.
Good job. Okay, you can mute yourself. Jaquan, would you like to give one now?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
He as big as a lion.
He is as big as a lion. What two things are you comparing? The boy to the what?
The boy and the lion.
Good job. So now Miss Campbell is going to go, and I'm going to put he is as sick as a dog. What two things is Miss Campbell comparing?
Dog and the boy and the dog.
The boy and the dog. Good job. Okay, let's move on. So sometimes we can see similes and metaphors in poems. And this is a poem called The Night is Black. So you guys have been reading things to find the metaphors and the similes. And we're going to read this poem together and find the metaphors. So Jordan, would you like to read the first line?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Just the first one. Go ahead.
Okay. The night is a big black cat.
Okay. Raheem, would you like to read the next line? Raheem? Would you like to read the next line, Raheem?
Shy. I'm too shy.
Okay, would you like help? We can read it together. Okay, Jaquan, would you
You
like?
also muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I was muted. So I was asking Raheem if he could read the next line where it says the moon.
The moon as
Her.
huh?
The moon
Her.
is her topaz
Topaz. I.
Okay, Jaquan, would you like to read the next one where it says the stars?
The stars are the
Mice.
mice he has
Hunts.
height 8 at night.
Okay. And Ronaya, can you read that last line for us, please?
What last line?
Right here it says in the field.
In a sky.
So can you start from in? So in the field.
Oh, in the field of the sultry sky.
Okay, so this is The Night is a Big Black Cat by G. Or Clark. Thank you guys for reading. I'm going to read it one more time and then we're going to look for metaphors, okay? The night is a big black cat. The moon is her topaz eye. The stars are the mice she hunts at night in the field of the sultry sky by G. Or Clark. So who would like to tell me at least one metaphor that's in here?
One metaphor? Me. The stars.
So the stars are the mice?
Yeah, the stars of mice.
Okay, good job. Because we're comparing what to the mice? The what?
A star and a mice.
Good job. Okay, Raheem, did you want to give us one?
Yeah.
Okay, what metaphor do you see?
The bottom one.
In the field of the sultry sky. So they're comparing.
Wait.
What do you?
I just noticed something. You just said Ian. No, I see I-N. Or L-E.
That's I-N. It started the sentence, so it's just a word. So, in the field of the sultry sky, we think that's a metaphor, Raheem?
Yeah.
Okay, what are we comparing?
We're comparing a metaphor.
So what in the sentence are we comparing?
Like.
Do you think we're comparing the sky to the field?
Yeah.
Well, this says the sultry sky. So let's look at the first line. The night is a big black cat. Do you guys think that's one a metaphor?
Yeah. The cat black and it's dark outside.
Right. So Ronaya, if the cat is black and it's dark outside, what two things are they comparing, Ronaya? What two things are they comparing in the night is a big black cat? So what two things are we comparing here? So we're comparing the night to the cat, right? Because they're both what color?
Black.
Black. Good job. Okay. So let's move on. Do you think that those metaphors gave the poem more meaning?
Yeah.
Do you think so? You think you can understand it better and So that's what metaphors do. They help us. It gives our text, especially poems, more meaning. And it gives us a better understanding. Okay, so now we're going to go over these. And once we're going to go over these, we're going to go into our Kahoot. So let's mute. And we're going to do one at a time. And we're going to have you each read a sentence. And then tell me if it's a metaphor or a simile. Raheem, you can read the first one, please.
He as a Give.
Shining.
Shiny.
Star.
Scarf.
Star. So it says he is a shining star. Is that a metaphor or a simile, Raheem?
A simile.
No, let's look at it. He
It's
is a shining star.
It's metaphor.
Metaphor, right? Do we see like or as in his first sentence?
No.
No. So it's a metaphor. Well, what word do we see? Do remember if we see is? We see is.
He said. He is.
Right. Is. Sometimes in metaphors we see the word is. Okay, thank you, Raheem. You can mute. Jaquan, you can do the next one.
Okay. Her long hair was a flowing
golden river. So is this a metaphor or a simile? Look for those key words. A metaphor or simile? A metaphor. Good job. Because is there a like or as?
No.
No. Good job. So you can mute Jaquan. Jordan, can you read the next one, please?
Okay, yeah.
Number 3.
Busy as a bee.
Good job. Now, is that a simile or a metaphor? Look at those words.
Simile.
It is a simile because it has as in it. Good job, Jordan. You can mute. Thank you. Ronaya, can you read number 4, please?
My little baby brother is a little soft.
Teddy bear.
Teddy bear.
Good job. So is that a simile or metaphor?
A metaphor.
Great job, because we see that word is, right? Or we don't see the words as or like. Great job, Ronaya. Okay, I'm going to read the last one, and then we can decide together if it's a simile or a metaphor. The tiger needs to be as quiet as a mouse. Is that a simile or metaphor?
Simile.
Good job. And why is it a simile? What words are we using?
Because it's as, 2 as in it.
Good job. Because we use the word as. And what 2 things did we compare?
A tiger and a lion.
A tiger and a mouse. Good job. Okay, so now we're going to go to our Kahoot. So I need you guys to go to kahoot.it. Let me see if I can type it in the chat just in case. Okay, I'm going to put kahoot.it in the chat. And we're going to start our Kahoot game. So please go to the Kahoot website. I'm going to pull up the Kahoot. Thank you, Ronaya, for putting that inside of the chat box. Okay. Can you guys see the pen? This pen is to Kahoot. So this Kahoot is about similes and metaphors. Some of the questions might ask you what a simile is or what a metaphor is, and some of them might ask you to identify whether the sentence is a metaphor or a simile. So once you get it, put in a code and let's join in.
That's me.
Who are you?
The heart.
You're the heart, Shaquan.
I'm King.
Raheem is King. Jordan and Ronaya.
I'm Queen Maddie.
Okay, Ronaya. And Jordan, are you on yet?
I'm about to log in.
All right.
It's like 4 people. Miss Campbell, why you can't play?
Because this time, Miss Campbell, I am presenting the Kahoot. So I have to press the questions. I have to press next. But next time we play a Kahoot, I'll make sure that I'm inside the game.
Okay.
Raheem, can you please mute?
Okay.
Thank
I didn't know I was on.
Jordan, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, have you logged on yet? To Kahoot? Okay, looks like we're ready to start
That's
with
me.
with Jordan as King J. So there's about 10 questions, and we're going to ask each question.
What is it? What is a simile versus
Similes versus metaphors. What is a simile? Is it a comparison between two things? A comparison of two things using the words like or as? A comparison using the word like? Or when a writing says that one thing is really something else? So a comparison is using the words like or as. So Raheem, what does this picture say? Can you read the sentence above his head?
Yes.
What does it say?
It says that that
This.
this pizza
Mm-hmm.
is as cold as
Ice.
ice.
So what are we comparing?
Yeah, he can't have no pizza and he mad.
Because what? Why he can't have the pizza? Because it's what?
Cause it's frozen.
Because it's frozen. It's cold as ice. We're comparing the pizza to the temperature of ice.
And ice is very cold.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Ice is colder than
let's
a
move on
brick.
to the next one. Let's see. Good job, Ronaya. Good job, Jaquan. Okay, let's go. Which sentence below contains a simile? The students were so noisy I couldn't hear anything. The students were as noisy as a jet engine. The students were way too loud this afternoon. The students were causing quite a ruckus after recess. So which one of those sentences contains a simile? Which sentence is comparing two things?
I already picked mine. So
Good job. Which sentence is comparing two things using our favorite words in a simile?
they loud as mud.
The students were as noisy as a jet. What are we comparing, Jaquan?
Why are we comparing? The kids are noisy because the jet is fast and noisy.
Good job. Okay, let's go to the next one. Which sentence below contains a metaphor? Mrs. White's students are really studious. Mrs. White's students are restless, so they went outside. Mrs. White's students are super smart. Mrs. White's students are walking encyclopedias. Which one do you think is a metaphor?
I don't know what mine is.
Are they really studious? Are they restless? Are they super smart? Or are they walking encyclopedias?
What?
They are like walking encyclopedias because all of these, let's look at the other sentences. The red one says Mrs. White's students are really studious.
Oh.
She's not comparing them to anything. She's just saying how they are. If she said Mrs. White's students are really studious, like the smartest person in the world, she's comparing her students to the smartest person in the world. The yellow one says Mrs. White's students are restless, so they went outside. If she said Miss students are restless babies, then she would be comparing restless babies to how her students are feeling. So our green one is Miss White's students are walking encyclopedias, and we're comparing her students to what? Encyclopedias, right? Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So let's move on to the next one. I think Jordan has left the group. Hopefully he joins us in a second. Okay, which sentence below is an example of a metaphor? Her sister is a fish in the water. Her sister is a great swimmer and so am I. Her sister likes to swim all day. Her sister is learning to swim this summer. So what sentence is comparing two things without using the like or as? And I see one of our words that we say maybe can be in metaphors.
I do put on my shirt and my shoes. Yeah, I'm ready.
So which one? A good job, friend. So our metaphor is her sister is a fish out of in water. Jaquan, can you mute so Jordan can tell us why that is a metaphor? So Jordan, why is her sister is a fish in water? What are they comparing?
Cause she likes to swim a lot.
Right, and fish love to swim as well, and she's comparing her sister to a fish. Great job, Jordan. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. We're on number 5. Which sentence is below is an example of a simile? The child was eager to open the gifts under the tree. The child stared with excitement at the presents. The child was like an octopus, grabbing all the presents. The child could not believe what Santa brought for Christmas. So don't forget to look for our 2 words when we're looking at a simile. We're comparing 2 things using our favorite 2 words, like or as. Which one of these sentences have those words? The child was like an octopus grabbing at all the presents. Ronaya, can you tell me why this is a simile?
Because it has a like in it.
Ryan, what are we comparing?
Like or as.
Yeah, we're comparing you're using like or as to compare the child to the octopus, because octopus have what? So many hands, right? And the child was just grabbing all the presents. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Good job, friends. Which sentence below is an example of a simile? She likes hot chocolate and marshmallows. She is like a pretty flower. She acts like my mom sometimes. She likes me. So all of these sentences have the word like in them, but which one is comparing 2 things? Comparing 2 things to each other. She is like a pretty flower. Raheem, can you tell us why that's a simile?
Because it says she as pretty as a flower. That must mean her mom or her.
Right.
Or something.
And what word do we use? We didn't use as. What other word do we use?
We use
like. Good job.
Like the word like.
Okay.
Man, I'm only in 3rd place.
Let's move on. We got 3 more questions. Maybe you can catch up. So, what statement is true about the picture below? So, the bigger man is saying, you're as skinny as a rail. And the smaller man is saying, and you're a mountain. So, are they both using similes? Are both characters cowboy fans? Are both people using metaphors? Or is one of them using a metaphor and one of them using a simile? So, you're as skinny as a rail and you're a mountain. Are those similes, metaphors, both? So, one of them was a simile and one of them was a metaphor. Everybody mute. Jaquan, can you tell us which one is the simile?
Which one is simile?
Yes.
The big dude.
Yes, what is he saying? You're as
skinny as a
rail. Right, so our other man is saying, and you're a mountain, and that's a what?
Oh, he an Eminem while he is skinny.
Yeah, but he's saying you're a mountain. What is he using, a simile or a metaphor?
A metaphor.
Good job. A metaphor. Let's move on. Number 8. The song lyrics below are an example of a what? So I'm gonna sing the lyrics. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make them go, oh, oh, oh. You're gonna leave them falling down. So it looks like they're comparing a person to a firework. Is that a metaphor, simile, both, or neither? Do you see those in there? What do you see in these lyrics? Just put your answer, then we can talk about it after everybody's answered. A metaphor. Great job, guys. So you're a firework. We're not saying you're like a firework. We're saying you're a firework, which means it's a what?
A metaphor.
A metaphor. Good job. Okay, next question.
I won.
Okay, we have 2 more questions, so let's see if somebody can catch up. The simile below means that you're as cuddly as a cactus. That's the simile. Does it mean the Grinch is cuddly? Does it mean no one wants to cuddle with the Grinch? Does it mean the Grinch is spiky? Or does it mean the Grinch is green? So the simile is you're as cuddly as a cactus. What do you think that means when we're comparing the Grinch and a cactus?
The cactus is pokey and...
Okay, just put your answer in, then we can talk about it.
Okay.
So it says you're as cuddly as a cactus. So it does mean that the Grinch is spiky, but we've said before that similes and metaphors give us more meaning in our text so that we can understand. So from the fact that we saw that you're as cuddly as a cactus, we know that because he was so spiky, nobody wanted to cuddle with the Grinch. That's why it is the yellow one. Okay, we're on our last question. Let's see who's going to get this one. Which line below has a simile? I'm going to read it from Let It Go from Frozen. My power flurries through the air into the ground. My soul is spiraling in a frozen fractals all around. And no one thought crystallizes like an icy blast. I'm never going back. The past is the past. Which one of those is a simile? Can we mute, please? So why can we? Raheem, can you mute? Jordan, why is this a simile? Raheem, can you mute, please? Jordan, why is this a simile? And one thought crystallizes like an icy blast. What word are we using?
Like.
Good job. Okay, so remember that our metaphors and our similes give meaning to our words. So a simile uses the word like or as, but a metaphor does not use those words. And these are figurative devices. Raheem? Are you there, Raheem?
Yeah.
Can you please mute? Thank you. So we said that these are figurative devices that we use in poems and text, and it gives more meaning to our text because we can compare things and open our minds to what other things they might be like. So you might have some assignments in other places. So like K6 Think Central, you may have an assignment there, or Seesaw. So we're going to go and we're going to open that. Once we get back to the main room, we're going to see if Miss McGee's there, and we're going to start working on our K6 Think Central or Seesaw assignment. Okay?
Okay.
She said something on her K6 Think Central.
Okay, well, we can check for that, and we can see what we have.
I Seesaw, I think.
Okay, we're going to check, and if we also have makeup
Her
work.
and Mackenzie is in the main room.
Okay, and if we have work to make up, then we can also do that too. So I'm going to...
You're going back to the